So, sorry about the noise. We're doing some roadworks here.
Yeah, don't go out that way.
No, I'm not going that way. No worries, mate. Yeah. So anyway, I'll just so you know that this is not the regular noise that this house creates. It's just some works that are happening across the road. I'll just do a walk through straight to the back. No power. Oh, of course, yeah.
Lovely natural light.
Yeah, that's a good test, isn't it?
Yeah.
So are they replacing that with underground power? Or are they just doing
New
new pole? Okay. So I'll just start from the back because I just like to see the floor plan when I walk through a place, just to kind of get a feel for the place, and then I'll start doing all my talk. Hey, this is so nice. Beautiful garden. Okay, so I know that you do not want to have any gardens whatsoever. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Garage is a very good space in here. This is a lot wider than normal. So let's have a quick look. 3.7 almost. And then we've got some natural light here. So I think this kind of dubs as a bit of a workspace. You could treat it as a study or an office. And it's got a nice fall away as well. Yes, it is a, oh, no power, can't open it. But look, there is a remote door anyway. Yeah, the nice fall away to manage any flooding if there is. This is a great looking door, isn't it? A timber door. It's really nice and big and high and heavy. That feels great to work with. Okay, so this garden, I know that you don't like this. It is work. Gardening is definitely something you need to have a green thumb for. But look at this. This is all kind of, you can get this removed if you really wanted to. We can even ask the owners to take it with them. And if you kind of put all these things away, there is very little to do here. There's no grass. There's no kind of big trees that need pruning. Yeah, so from that perspective, it's pretty good. Now, overviewing properties is pretty good, nice and private. These guys have installed a higher fence, higher than normal. That's over 2 meters. So you don't have these kind of issues with people kind of peering into the backyard. Let's talk about the structure itself. So this is the neighboring property, I believe. Yes, it is. That's the neighboring property of that brick wall. And what have we got here? It's an interesting. Okay, this needs a couple of nails here. It's loose. Okay, these are nice doors. Yeah, you know, these inner city builders, they go with kind of really unique kind of building materials that aren't, you know, everyday kind of stuff. Like you don't kind of see this type of plywood really. Even this kind of floor, it's a bit of a commercial type of floor. It's like a rubber, I believe. Oh no, it's tiles. Is it tiles? They're tiled in. It's like a rubber tile, which is, you know, I probably haven't come across this before, I don't think. Really nice sized room. It's not too big, not too small. You have got a view of the neighbours there, but that's right in that top corner. Split system AC unit, good light. They've done well with adding the extra layer of windows up there to otherwise a room that would be dark, you know. The room has a really nice modern finish. So we've got the nice skirting board finish with the rubber flooring tucked underneath, high ceilings. Let's give you an idea of what they are. It's a lot higher than normal, so I think it's a lot closer. Yep, 3.3. So I would consider that a high ceiling. And a really nice finish with the kitchen as well. So for example, they've taken away the handles to give it just a nice flat finish. It's a matte door, and it's a painted door as well, which is a premium kind of finish. Really nice appliances. Okay. It's a good tea kettle. Stone tops and a sink underneath the stone, which is a really nice finish as well. Okay, good fridge space. This is the original door. So this would be an extension, this part of the house. You can see this would have been the outside of the house here. Yeah, so they've extended this, and this is why it's such a, I would say it's an architecturally designed room, really. And that would be new as well, the garage space as well. Okay, so they've got a new solar hot water unit, and that looks really nice actually. I haven't heard of Edison Solar before as a brand. Okay, small bathtub. Nice tapware. You should never buy a house without a bathtub. It's just on resale, it makes a big deal. Okay, this is a very light-filled bathroom. Okay, I'll just get myself out of the shop. Floor-to-ceiling tiles, like your subway tiles, which is really nice. They've put the cistern of the toilet behind the actual wall, and you've got kind of like a floating toilet with a leak. Look at that. So you need a little bit of plumbing there, or silicone or something. Check the water pressure. Really nice tapware. Nice quality. Very modern design. Floor-to-ceiling mirror, that's something you don't see very often as well. So it creates this is otherwise a pretty small bathroom, right? And it creates a really big open space. Let's check the 1.6. Okay. There should be ventilation here, there isn't. Anyway, plenty of space for a washing machine and dryer. So do you mind if I get you in the show, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll get out of the way.
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
This is really unique for a house of this age to have an open cavity like that is really unique, very rare.
That was 2 bedrooms up there.
Oh, yeah?
They took one of the bedrooms out, changed the staircase because it had a killer staircase.
It had a killer staircase, okay.
Yeah, and put in the bathroom. So it's designed so all the furniture can go up and over that.
Aha, righto. So it makes moving in a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is a cozy small room, I would say. But it's done once again, like same as the kitchen, they've done a really nice job to open it up and it feels a lot better with the high ceilings. Original windows, so they're timber windows and some really nice skirting boards. You know, dressed up fireplace. This wouldn't work, I don't believe. This is a thing they just used to block it off. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, fancy cornices. These are really nice cornices. So you can see there. They're actually called fancy cornices, which is a bit of a funny name. But anyway, nice decorations on the ceiling as well. It's like a normal sized room, I guess. It's not too big. Probably even a little bit on the smaller side. Let's just get the measurement here. 3 meters. It's perfect. It's exactly enough to not be small. 3 by 3. Okay, and that's a general rule of thumb that I run with. Anything under 3 starts getting too tight to comfortably move around. Like this is a small bed, right? And if you kind of consider, if you get a bigger bed, set bedside tables, all that kind of stuff, you can be in a bit of trouble. Set down there. Cool. PowerPoints, USB PowerPoints as well. And these are nice bookshelves, aren't they? These are really nice. This side of the property. Lower doors, so they're not as big as they probably should be. Like there you go, that's a high door frame there. You can see how that is like probably about 300 shorter. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so the staircase, I was wondering about it. Elderly would struggle with a place staircase like this, just because of its how steep it is. And a lot of elderly people buy houses around here. They're the ones that hire me that have the serious budgets to buy $2+, $3, $4 million houses around here. Great place for storage. Like it's a bit of a dead space. They've put a floor-to-ceiling cupboard, so that's great. Okay, there's a structural crack in the corner there. You can see. Just putting my laser along it. Okay, floor-to-ceiling tiles in the bathroom. This is really nice. This is no power, sorry, so I can't show it. Oof, look at this. Whoa. Beautiful shower. Really nice fit out. Stone tiles, and they're done okay with laying them close together. Just a really nice fit out, isn't it? LED lights. Ah, that's really nice. That's a really good touch. Ah. Sort of silly meme where they're singing songs and doing this. Anyway. Okay, that's a really nice shower. I want to try it out. Okay. So these doors freak me out because they can sag here, and you can get them adjusted. It's pretty inexpensive, but when you let it go, makes me hold my breath. Modern finish here. We've got the square set cornicing. Wow, look at the size of this room. This looks great. So this is how a room should be, I think. This is a king size bed, and we've got a pretty open space here. Beautiful natural light. So the view out here, these are like all heritage protected kind of properties. So you're not going to get a big monster apartment complex coming out the front here. Original windows. Beautiful high ceilings in here. This is great. These are definitely 3 meters. I'm going to call it 3.3 at a guess. 3.12, 3.15. Okay, I was close. 3.15 split system AC unit, which is good. Yeah, really nice fit out in here. They've got unique colors going on. You've got the kind of pastel-y, blue, and I think that's a mustard or olive. I'd say it's olive. So split system AC, I already said that. Yeah, nicely fit out. Fancy cornices, ceiling decorations. That's an external door, that's a bit weird. And it's a short door as well. Okay, so that's the solar hot water unit, and they've got 2 solar panels for electricity. Those electricity solar things aren't going to do anything, honestly. They're probably even charging some sort of small battery that uses something on something else. But that one standing up, that is the solar hot water. That is a very expensive unit. That is not an entry-level solar hot water unit. They've put in something premium there. Okay, so that's the interior. Okay, it's always a lot harder going down these stairs than up.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, she's smart. Yeah. All right, good on you. Thanks for that. I'll speak to you soon. All right, bye. Hello.
Okay, so we're in Ray Street doing an inspection of a townhouse. This is a beautiful street, like really nice. I would give this street, on looks wise, a 10 out of 10. There's just so much character here. Beautiful old Victorian properties that have been maintained and looked after. Now they're doing a pretty big power upgrade here. So this is not your normal noise. This is otherwise a very, very quiet street. It's a set of 2 townhouses and 2 townhouses they are wall to wall, but they do have a dividing wall between them, a double brick wall between them, which is great. Pink property. I've never inspected a pink property. I've done a blue one, not pink, and this is a really nice kind of color. And these kind of pastel colors go throughout the property on a couple of feature walls. This house has had an extensive renovation, so this is not an old house that they've kind of just done renovation here and a renovation there. They've properly taken this interior apart and done a sizable renovation and extension. There's been electrical upgrades that have gone on here, and they've got some solar panels on the roof. The roof's in excellent condition on both kind of old and new properties. Yeah, really good quality property in my opinion. I was actually very surprised that the photos don't do the place justice. So yes, obviously recommending an inspection that you come to and have a look. So parking wise, you've got street parking, pretty ample street parking around here. Yeah, you can see the city. Look at that, it's just so close. This is an actual beautiful residential area from the perspective of all low-rise properties here. You've only got like your 2-story, sorry, the camera's not seeing 2-story properties. You don't have any commission housing, like sizable commission housing like you do in Collingwood, where you've got multiple towers. Yeah, it's really, more heaps of pubs as well. Look, there's a pub in the corner there. I think there's more pubs in Fiztroy and Fiztroy North than there are anywhere else in Victoria. So there you go. And they're all surviving. They're not closing, which is amazing. Pubs are closing down all over Victoria, and these these pubs seem to fight the trend, or buck the trend. So I'm taking you for a little walk here at the moment, just to kind of see the rear of the property, how you would bring your car in. I was flying my drone and I was a little distracted because the workmen were talking to me about Bitcoin and gold and the war and drones, and I was struggling to do my job effectively because they wouldn't leave me alone. Look at this, this is great to see, isn't it? An old milk bar has been converted into a coffee shop, and look how busy it is. I want that coffee shop lifestyle. So this is how you would come in. I was just concerned the street was narrow, because from the drone everything looks narrow, but it's not. This is a nice and wide street. Sometimes these streets can be so inadequately wide that it will be difficult to bring a car in. Now, there is a little bit of a maneuver you have to perform to park your car in, or to get to the property, first of all. Yeah, so renovation wise, this house is, they've spent a lot of money on it, definitely. And that's what you want. That's what a house of this age needs. It needs to be gutted and everything needs to be replaced. Then you've got the issues of subfloor, you know, movement. I didn't see, there was a single crack in a wall which I did pick up on, but apart from that, it was great. So this is still a pretty good space here, but it is a space for a small car, not a four-wheel drive. And this is a very wide street here, very wide. All right, so this is the rear of the property. And this is where I'm talking about narrow street. You see how all of a sudden it narrows down? That would be already hard to get your car in from that angle if you're a few houses down. But this is the space here that I'm talking about. Nice and wide. You can hook around, you can reverse park if you want to, secure, which is good. Downpipe's not connected. Color bond, it's a unique kind of finish. This whole house is architecturally designed because you can just tell the internal kind of fixtures and fittings. Some of the materials used are just not your kind of everyday stuff. Okay, nice old church. Just put a new roof on that one as well. Inside of the backyard, it has a beautiful backyard, this place. Now, I know that you're not after gardens, so you can turn it into a low maintenance garden, but it will require a little bit of work to bring it to a truly low maintenance garden. I mean, you can just get rid of everything and just leave the bark there, or take the bark out and just put a nice crushed rock. You get a landscaper in, spend a few $1,000s and just have like a pebble kind of finish, and that way it will be, you know, nice and easy to walk on. But yeah, so this is truly a unique spot in Melbourne, because you're just outside of the city. You haven't got the hustle and bustle and the night danger of the city. You're kind of well away from all that, and this has really turned into a premium area. Like, you know, your entry level kind of houses here are $2 million plus. You know, and you know, I bought a couple of houses around here that, you know, nicer renovated ones, real big ones, but you know, $4 or $5 million. I've seen sales here that can crack $6 million. So definitely a high-end area in my opinion. Nice low speed traffic around here. It's a 40k limit, but you know, you probably do even less because it's just a slow kind of area. And it's a very quiet spot, very quiet. We just happened to come on a day where there's huge roadworks. So, look how nice this is. Tree-lined street. I mean, that adds value to the property just in itself, in my opinion, you know. Oops. Well, there's 1881. Britain's buildings. Okay, I'm adding to the hazard of roadworks. I'm just walking down the street like a blind man, and yeah, this is a beauty, this one. I love how, I know it looks pretty in need of a reno, but I reckon it's on purpose that they've kind of left that finish. It looks fantastic, it looks really good. And that's what you get around here. You know, you don't get the kind of boring repeat kind of properties. You got, you know, true character of real estate. You can discern between eras and types of property. Now, yeah, so this is a really nice little frontage. I really like it. The neighbouring property needs a little bit of a touch-up, doesn't it? It's got this rotting window that's got metal in it, and it's causing that terrible rundown. And otherwise a really well-maintained property, but it just looks terrible. But as a set of all four, looks like unit number 3 there, it needs a little bit of work. It's got a couple of cracks in it, which is spreading to the 4th one as well in the top window there. But that doesn't affect your property. They're not connected at all. These ones are so close together that they look connected, but when you fly over the roof, you'll see that they're not. Okay, so you are on a T-intersection here. But yeah, it's very low volume traffic. I've bought a house in Ray Street before, a handful of years ago. Yeah. Let's go for a little walk down this way, just have a quick look at the street. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you can go through at the back of the property here. It's probably even closer, but this is a lot narrower than the other street. So that's actually a real handy feature to be able to do a full U-turn around your property, to be able to do a whole lap around it because of where your parking is. So that's really a good little feature. Here's another one. Yeah, really nice. I love it when they put the year the house was built. Something very awesome about that. Okay, so I think we're done here. And this is probably more of an example of how quiet this street is. Main road there. But yeah, it's a really peaceful spot, really nice and quiet. Wide roads as well, I forgot to mention that. Car parks on both sides. And there's two-way street where you can easily go with 2 cars. You're not kind of ducking in and out of lanes to let people through. Super wide footpaths. Yeah.